What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN OnyxCoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get into it, okay? Yes, I made a video with the sound off, with the mic off. It's very annoying when that happens. I'm very good about checking that, but sometimes in the mornings is when I forget it, and that's okay, man. Here we are at about 1.4 cents now. 1.4 cents now. A lot of the haters out there, a lot of the trolls are probably celebrating because we're up a little bit today. I think, right? We're up. Yeah, we're up 2% today. Make no mistake, you guys. We can move higher and still go lower. There's one person I want to address you in the comments, and you know who you are because I interacted with you. I forget what your name is. I didn't pay attention to that. I just paid attention to what you're saying. But this person was saying that that I need to check myself essentially because I'm calling for this low in XCN to hold while also calling for a 20 to 30% drop across the board in the markets. And I responded the same way that I'm going to respond to you guys here because I know for people who can't think critically, who don't have the ability to do their own analysis because they're either lazy or they just lack the means to do it, whatever it might be. But definitely not good comprehensive or critical thinking abilities from this person, right? They're saying that if the market drops 20 to 30%, right, that's what I called for yesterday. I said altcoins will drop 20 to 30%. How could I call for this to be the low? Well, I hate to break it to you. From the high here to that low, XCN would drop 29.7%. I mean, it's not 30%, let's be fair, but 30% is the upper ends of that kind of drop. It can drop 20 to 30%, you guys, and it doesn't have to break this low. I mean it, yes. I very much mean everything I say. Altcoins will dump 20 to 30%. Yes, XCN will be a part of that. I even said back here what we would need to see to hold this as a low is when Bitcoin moves up, we need to see a big pump. That way whenever XCN does drop, because it'll drop more than Bitcoin, because it makes total sense that it would, that it doesn't go lower than this low. And we got that exact thing. So it makes sense that this low would hold. And I would even take a step on a wild limb here and say that if right here to this low, that's 29.7%, and we don't hold 29.7%, let's say we don't hold it. Let's say we go down 30%. Hell, let's even go down to 31%. I think that we're holding the same area as support. I don't think, like, am I wrong? Okay, I didn't call the exact bottom, right? I haven't throughout this whole range. And that's another thing. I'll address another person, right, who's saying that I need to have conviction. Guys, I don't know who in YouTube has had more conviction for XCN than me. I have no idea. I mean, maybe Economic Ninja, maybe Crypto Future, right? We're all about the same in conviction there, right? We see the future with this thing. We definitely see where it's going. But I've been convicted throughout this whole time. I've been encouraging people to buy this whole time. I've been encouraging myself to buy this whole time. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but it's at great prices. Even all the way up here at 2 cents, at 3 cents, it's at great prices. It's just not a great price right now, of course, right? This is the most ideal price, but whenever we're up at 20 cents and above, it'll feel like great prices, right? And that's why you buy all the way down. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I've addressed every single time that I've called for this to be a low, that I called for this to be a higher low. I called for that to be a low, that to be a low, that to be a low. I didn't expect that we'd go down on any of them. I addressed what it would look like if we went down, and it did go to the areas that we expected it to go if we were to go down, but I didn't expect that to be the low, right? I'm not trying to play both sides of the coin, but I certainly do admit every single time that I'm wrong. I have no problem being wrong. The people that have a problem being wrong in this space, they always astound me, but somebody was trying to come at me as if I never address when I'm wrong. Maybe you just don't listen, or maybe you don't have good comprehensive abilities, but I very clearly always address whenever I'm wrong. I'll make it a title of my video sometimes. I don't care. It's not about being right. It's not about being wrong. If you think it's all about being right or wrong, you're probably losing money in the markets. It's probably your first time in the markets, and you're also probably very new to technical analysis. The people that care about being right or wrong, they're the ones who can be right 9 out of 10 times, and they still lose money. Because it's not about being right or wrong. It's about good risk management. If you have good risk management, you could be right 1 out of 10 times. You could be wrong 9 out of 10 times. And if you have good risk management, it just takes that 1 to make up for all the losses and make profits, right? It's all about risk management. I don't care about being right or wrong. I don't ever really talk about it, to be completely fair. I'll address if it goes to areas that we've talked about, stuff like that, of course, but I don't care about being right or wrong. But I have no humility, or I have no problem with humility. I have no problem admitting whenever I'm wrong. Okay, I just wanted to address that real quick. Because some people, they're straight up lying, which is fine. If you want to lie, that's okay. You can lie. Or you just genuinely don't understand English, which is also fine if it's your second language. But if it's your first language, man, you know who you are. You know exactly who you are, who I'm talking to. I think it's your first language. You gotta get a refund on your education there, man. From a low to a high, We could reach lower. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm not expecting we go below this low, but it wouldn't surprise me if we went lower. That's not me saying that if we go lower, I'm going to be like, haha, I told you, I was right. No, I'll be wrong if we go lower. But if we were to go lower, 1 cent likely still holds as support, the 1618 there, okay? We're doing some nice recovery now. We are getting volume in the right areas. Let's get to work here, man. I've done enough talking. If we do this, if we look at the 4-hour time frame here, we did bounce. We had some bullish divergence right here, had a nice bounce out of this, but we're not really continuing onwards. If we look at where we are in this trend overall, from a high here coming on down, something like this. Yes, keep on coming, something that lines up with all those highs there. Probably that line would be the best line of best fit. It looks like we're getting ready, and maybe I should bring it down even a little bit more. Hold on, because I wanted to interact with a lot of these highs, not just a couple of them. No, maybe that's it. Maybe that's just what we got to deal with. Yeah. So, I mean, we're on the brink of breaking out of this right now. We could reject. All right. Make no mistake, you guys. I am expecting that we do pull back a little bit from here. I am expecting that from a low to a high, we probably do come back down to about 1.2 to 1.1 cent. I'm not expecting we go below 1.1, or I should say 1.09 cents. I'm not expecting that we go below here. If we do, we could find support still at 1 cent. We could find support at 0.009, 0.00844. We could find support at any of those areas. And I'm not going to be like, haha, I was right. But this is something, the reason why we talk about it, the reason why I address both sides is not to play you, is not to be like the average YouTuber out there that does this stuff where they call for the upside and the downside, and then whenever it picks a side, they choose to be right about it. I don't care about being right or wrong. I address both sides of the coin because that's what you should do. You should be prepared. If I'm aware. I'm fully aware that if XCN goes down, without even telling you guys, without doing analysis on this, I'm fully aware that if it goes down, it's a better price to buy. It's not a time to sell at all, right? But if I'm telling people out there who are new to the markets, who have no experience, and I tell them I expect this to be the low, and the price does something like this, what are they going to think? They're going to be like, oh, he was wrong. He was wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I shouldn't have listened to this guy. What are we going to do? Now we're down here. We're probably going to zero. No, that's not what's going to happen. No. It's fine. We're going to find support down here. It's totally fine, right? That's why I talk about it mainly, is because I remember whenever I first got into the markets, I made these same mistakes. If I watched somebody on YouTube say, that's the low, we're not going lower, and then we go lower, I would panic sell. And it was, of course, right when I sold that we wicked back up. We did hold these areas as support. It just went a little lower than anticipated. And moments like that are meant to shake you out. They call it a shakeout for a reason. I will say, looking at how close we are to this trend line, I didn't know that we were looking like this. We almost look like we want to break out. And it's possible, though very uncommon, for any altcoin to move up while the rest of the market dumps, but XCN could certainly do it. I suppose it could. I am still calling for us to move down. We're at 1.412 cents now. The call is still to move down to 1.2 cents to 1 cent. That's the call. That's what I'm expecting. 1.2 cents to 1 cent, somewhere in that area. Not below this low, but 1.2 to 1 cent. Probably around 1.1 cent if I really had to guess. Okay, right in the middle there. But if we do go higher, that's awesome. I would love to be wrong. XCN's my biggest bag. The more it goes up, the more I'm wrong, the more I'm making money. That's the way you want to do it, right? If you're good at technical analysis, if you're good at risk management, really is what it comes down to, you will be making money when you're wrong. That's a position you want to be in. You want to make money when you're right too, but if you can make money when you're wrong, that's a special thing. It's a very, very special thing, and only good risk practices can allow that. That's the reality of it, okay? And I had to learn that the hard way. Shout out to Go Anders on that note, man. You really opened my eyes to just basically letting charts do their thing. That's all you got to do. It's not you overcomplicate it more than it is complicated, right? There's no need to overcomplicate it. Just buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. It's that simple, but it's not that simple, right? We get in our own way sometimes. If we go up from this price, I would need to see the price on a daily basis close above 1.9 cent before I'm convinced this is the low. I'm expecting this to be the low. I'm somewhat convinced now, but for the charts to agree with me, we need to close above 1.9 cents. We need to close above this 382, above this daily high close, above these daily low wick prices. Okay, if we can do that, we are validating this as a low. Normally, I need a golden ratio close to do that. But I think, if we look at this for what it is, we take away the fib there. If we go up to 1.9 cents, which is right here, if we close up there, we've very clearly broken out of that downtrend. Okay, normally I would want to see higher prices based on the fibs, but based on the price action, it'd be absolutely understandable that we're breaking out of this downtrend with something like that. Normally, I'd wait for you to break above your high to confirm that you're breaking out of the downtrend, but still, looking at this, I think that that's a fine. 1.9 is fine. Getting above 2 cents, getting above this high would also be exciting, but 1.9 cents is when I would start to really say the charts are validating this as a low. If we don't go down first and we go up here, I'm going to be partying with the trolls, you guys. I'm going to be laughing at my analysis too. I'm going to be hoping that I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. The faster that we move up, the better. In fact, if XCN moves up while the rest of the market moves down, what's going to happen when the rest of the market moves up? This thing's going to fly, man. It's going to be phenomenal. We are in a bull flag. Make no mistake, guys. This is a very perfect bull flag. If it is a bull flag, and it is, from a low to a high, the measure move, assuming that this is the low, or if we go a little bit lower, you know, maybe these targets are off by a little bit, that would take us all the way up to 21 cents. 21 cents from here, from this high to low right here, is right in the 1886200 area. That's a nice deep extension. We can hit that. That's fine. It's also the 3618 of this high to low here, right? You can see that we found some here. I'm going to delete these. Or actually, I'll keep the measure move on there. I'll just delete this fib here. We found resistance at the 2618. We're finding support now at the 1618, a little 2618, 1618, 3618 maneuver maybe. Sometimes you see that. Sometimes you see that. It's not the most common thing, but hey, man, we're respecting these golden ratios. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if that's where we're going to go. Okay? A lot of volume on the way up, not so much volume on the way down. We are in the land of the rising sun. We're going to go higher. I got nothing else for you guys, okay? And I say we're going to go higher. I do expect we go a little lower first, okay? I do. And let's actually go over that real quick, okay? Looking at the 4-hour time frame, to be fair, the 4-hour doesn't look half bad, but we've been here before, haven't we? We have been here where we found resistance in the zone a couple times. To be completely fair, it's oftentimes just one peak. We don't get two like this. I'm a little bit hopeful, but if we don't close above this, if we do close down, we're just rejecting the 60, so that's not good. If we can break through, you guys, if we can break through and close above 1.5 cents, we might not be going down to 1.2 cents or 1.1 cents, or maybe we do still drop, right? Maybe we go up higher and we still have a 20 to 30% drop, but it takes us to a higher low than what I was anticipating. And that's fine. I'm all for that, right? Whatever. But I do expect that if the market's going to drop 20 to 30%, which is what I have here, right? Your altcoins will drop 20 to 30%. I would expect that XCN will probably partake in that drop as well. So even if it does move up, which I'm not expecting it to go above this high until it drops first, even if it does, it will still likely have some kind of drop afterwards. So don't get too excited. Hold your horses. The time to get excited is when we get above 1.9 cents on a daily closing basis, okay? The 1-hour time frame also actually kind of looks bullish, if I'm being clear. Oh, maybe not, actually. I take it back. Nope, no, it's not. Because you moved up here, and you're moving up here. You're looking to break out. You actually had a higher close on your 1-hour price, and it was still dramatically less volume, right? You're getting volume coming in, increased from what you had at the lows. Volume is increasing, but you're not going anywhere. You have bearish divergence. I think that you will go lower. You have an uptrend in your 1-hour time frame. This uptrend can't really sustain too much longer. You likely will break out at some point, and that would cause a drop either today or tomorrow, which is when I expect the rest of the markets to drop to. Today, tomorrow, the next day, whatever. Sometime this week, I expect we will have resolution of these lows. I expect a lot of coins to see lower lows. XCN will be one of the coins that sees a higher low, or maybe even a double bottom. And if it does go slightly lower, don't panic. It's organic. It's totally fine to buy at lower prices, or just wait and sit on your hands. I'm not going to be buying if we go below this low. I'm fully deployed. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait, and then we're going to wait for this thing to come back up, and then have a merry time, you guys. Make no mistake, the target areas have not changed at all. 13 cents is the minimum target now. We could stop below that as well. It's possible. 20 cents to 25 cents is a likely area that we go to, if not maybe even just below 20 cents. And it's possible we could go even higher than that. But these are targets that we'll achieve likely not by the end of March, but by the end of April, if not sometime in May. That's what I'm expecting, okay? I got nothing else to say. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. The sound's on. The sound is on this time. Okay, bye.